Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we're setting a course for one of the most mysterious places on the entire planet. A place where, honestly, the rules of science and logic seem to just vanish, right along with the ships and planes that try to cross it.
I mean, seriously, can you imagine it? A spot on the globe where ships and planes just disappear. For centuries, this one patch of ocean has been the source of so many stories. Ghost ships, whole fleets gone missing, just really strange phenomena. It's a legend that has totally captivated us for generations, a puzzle that just seems to defy any easy answer. So you know what? Let's dive right into the heart of it.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're talking about the Bermuda Triangle. It's this area in the North Atlantic, kind of shaped by Bermuda, Miami, and Puerto Rico. And it's infamous for a crazy high number of unexplained disappearances. What's wild is that this huge region, we're talking about 500,000 square miles, it isn't officially on any map. Nope. But it definitely lives in our imagination. And a big reason for that is the, let's just say, chilling nicknames it's picked up over the years.
And yeah, these nicknames are pretty intense. The Devil's Triangle, the Satanic Triangle, the Graveyard of the Atlantic, even the Sea of Doom. I mean, wow, these names really give you a sense of the fear and the legend that surround this place, right? And it's all built on this long history of strange, tragic events that are just so hard to explain. They're not just for show. These names come from a long, long list of really unsettling incidents.
So, let's get into it, the Vanishing Fleet and the case files. See, this whole legend, it's not just made-up stories. It's built on a foundation of real incidents. So let's open up those case files and really dig into the evidence that has had investigators just scratching their heads for decades.
You know, this mystery goes way, way back. We're talking from the Age of Sail all the way to the modern era. The reports date as far back as 1492, believe it or not. Christopher Columbus himself wrote about his compass going totally haywire and seeing a great flame crash into the sea. And from there, it just keeps building. In 1881, you have the bizarre story of the Ellen Austin. Then in 1918, the USS Cyclops, a huge Navy ship with 300 people, just gone. And of course, the famous one, Flight 19 in 1945. Every new case just adds another crazy layer to the whole legend.
Okay, but of all of these stories, we have to talk about the Ellen Austin. It is just particularly bizarre. This case from 1881 perfectly shows you the kind of unsettling, almost unbelievable stuff that gets reported from inside the triangle, over and over again.
So get this. First, the Ellen Austin finds a totally abandoned ship. It's perfectly intact, but there's no crew. Spooky, right? So they put a small crew on it, a prize crew, to sail it back to New York with them. Then a massive storm hits and separates the two ships for a couple of days. When they find the other ship again, the prize crew is gone, vanished completely. This is the absolute core of the mystery. It's not just that ships get lost, it's the absolutely baffling circumstances. A perfectly good ship, a crew that disappears not once but twice. It's a story that just seems to break all the rules of logic.
And it's not just ships. The mystery isn't confined to the sea at all. We're talking more than 75 aircraft that are estimated to have been lost in this region. And that includes one of the most famous, most chilling cases of all time, Flight 19.
Yeah, and here's the kicker. It wasn't even just Flight 19. The rescue plane they sent to go find them, it disappeared too. Just let that sink in for a second. On a single day in 1945, 5 Navy bombers, just on a routine training flight, they vanish. Then the search plane, a Martin Mariner with 13 people on board, also vanishes. That's 6 aircraft and 27 men, all gone, and not one single piece of wreckage was ever found.
So, okay, the stories are one thing. But what's it actually like in the heart of the triangle? Let's talk about being on the ground in Bermuda, an island of wrecks. The reality there offers a totally different perspective.
You know, people who live there, and visitors too, they see this firsthand. It's this incredible contrast. You have these serene turquoise waters, and then boom, sudden violent storms. It could be a peaceful paradise one minute, and then the weather just flips, and you're in the middle of these unpredictable, rough seas. A day can start with gorgeous sunshine, and then without any warning, the sky turns black and a crazy storm just pops up out of nowhere. It really shows you just how deceptive and how dangerous this whole environment can be.
Over 300 shipwrecks are just scattered on the seafloor around the tiny island of Bermuda alone. It's no wonder they call this place the Graveyard of the Atlantic. It's not a metaphor. It is a literal graveyard for ships.
And this quote, this is from a local Bermudian, and I think it just captures the feeling on the island perfectly. Half and half. Half is true. The rest is just weather. Wrong place, wrong time. That's the practical side. But then they add, but there's something out there. And that's it, right? It's this mix of knowing how powerful nature is, but still having this lingering feeling that maybe there's something else going on. Something more.
So, the big question, what is really going on here? The verdict, is it science or something else? Well, the explanations basically fall into two big camps. You've got the speculative theories that totally capture our imagination, and then you have the scientific explanations which are grounded in just how unique this part of the world is.
Okay, let's have some fun with the speculative theories first, because they're wild. Alien abduction, seriously, people blame UFOs for just lifting ships and planes right out of the area. Then there are paranormal forces, the idea that this is a hub for supernatural or demonic activity. Or, one of my favorites, a lost civilization like Atlantis with some kind of crazy energy technology still active. For decades, these ideas have totally captured the public imagination. And you can see why, right? An alien abduction is a pretty good explanation for why you'd never find any wreckage.
But science offers some pretty compelling explanations too. Maybe a little less paranormal, but still fascinating. To get closer to the truth, we really need to look at the powerful and frankly unique natural forces that all come together right here. And trust me, while they might not be as flashy as UFOs, some of these scientific theories are every bit as dramatic. Take, for example, the methane hydrate theory. This sounds complicated, but stick with me. On the ocean floor, there are these huge deposits of frozen methane gas, and sometimes they can suddenly erupt. When that happens, all these gas bubbles shoot up and dramatically decrease the density of the water above them. So what does that mean for a ship sailing over that exact spot? It would instantly lose all buoyancy and sink in seconds. No time for a distress call, gone. The water basically turns into foam and the ship would just drop like a rock straight into the abyss. It's a stunningly plausible way a huge ship could vanish without a trace.
And that's not all. There are other major scientific factors at play here. First, extreme weather. This area is known as Hurricane Alley, and it's famous for rogue waves and sudden microstorms. Then you've got compass variations. This is one of the few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north actually line up, which can totally confuse navigators. And finally, there's the Gulf Stream. This is an incredibly powerful, fast-moving ocean current. It's like a river inside the ocean, and it could scatter any wreckage so fast you'd never find it. So when you put all of these volatile things together, you literally have a perfect storm for disaster.
So, after all that, is the mystery solved? Well, not entirely, right? Science gives us the how. It explains how these things could happen. But it doesn't quite explain the sheer number of incidents, or the absolutely bizarre witness accounts like the crew that vanished twice from the Ellen Austin. And it definitely doesn't explain the complete lack of wreckage in huge cases like Flight 19. All of that's what keeps the legend alive.
So in the end, the Bermuda Triangle really is this potent blend of documented real-world tragedy and an enduring, powerful myth. I think the big takeaway here is seeing how a combination of genuinely dangerous natural conditions and these unforgettable, eerie stories can create a legend so powerful it basically puts a place on the map that isn't even there. The triangle exists less on a chart and more in our collective imagination, fueled by that perfect storm of fact and fear.
So while the theories offer explanations, you have to wonder, will the Devil's Triangle ever really give up all its secrets? Maybe. Maybe the real power of the Bermuda Triangle isn't in the answers we might find. Maybe it's in the questions it forces us to ask, questions about the limits of our own knowledge and about the truly untamed power of our world. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.